1% of their borrowers happen to be women, I will not complain. But there is no 1% of the borrowers as women. So when I began, I wanted to make sure half of the borrowers in my program are women. So this was the beginning. And then we saw, after we accomplished that, we saw that money that goes to the family through women brings so much more benefit to the family. Children immediately become the beneficiary of the income of the mother, and household improvements immediately shows up, and a long-term vision immediately you detect. Many of the things you don't see among the borrowers, male borrowers that we have. So we changed our policy. We said now on we focus on women because it brings so much more benefits to the family. So as a result, today 95% of the borrowers are women. And wherever the Grameen idea is replicated, it's used to start a program. They do the same. They focus on women, and many programs are 100% women. And now it's all over the world, which runs, and everywhere it's very successful. In Europe, there are programs in Norway, in France, in England, in Poland, in Kosovo, in all kinds of places.
Let's get a little bit deeper into the layer having to do with interest, the interest that Grameen makes per loan, and some of the processes that you put in place to make this doable, because there could be so much administration tying people up who are getting these loans that it could become prohibitive, just not worth the effort. So you've streamlined something on a process level to make these function.
Yeah, we made it very simple because we are dealing with illiterate, poor women. So you can't come up with complex rules and procedures and then they are lost. You can't use much of papers because papers make no sense to them because they are not illiterate people. So the basic principle that we made, that the less you have, higher priority you get. If you have nothing, you get the highest priority. Even if you say that you don't have any experience, that becomes an additional qualification rather than a disqualification because somebody has to make a start. So if you have no experience, you are our first priority to gain that experience. We will take the risk with you. And the other principle is, right from the beginning, we designed the system in a way that people should not come to the bank. Bank should go to the people. So we go and do business at the doorstep of the borrowers. Like I said, there are 3 million borrowers of Grameen Bank. There are 12,000 staff who go out in those villages of Bangladesh where these 3 million borrowers live every day of the week. And within a week, they must meet and do business with all these 3 million borrowers. So physically, we meet them at their doorsteps.
Wow.
It's a big task. And then we made it simple to pay back by making it tiny amounts. They pay all loans
on
in
a cash flow basis, don't they?
Pardon me?
The borrower pays on a cash flow basis back the loan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and cash flow basis, and also made it in a simple weekly repayment. As you earn, you pay back.
What kind of interest are we talking about?
Yes, there are 4 types of interest. It may scare you in
I'm
United
scared
States
right now.
Because
I'm scared just waiting for the answer. I need a loan just waiting. You got any loans over there? You don't deal with us over here, do you?
Okay, let me start with the good news then. We offer on the deposit. I said this money comes from the deposits of the borrowers. We offer deposits. The interest rate, minimum interest rate in Grameen Bank is 8.5%. So if you put your money in Grameen Bank, you get 8.5% return on the money. And all the way, it goes up to 12%. So we give you on different types of deposits up to 12% of interest.
Wow.
So this is the
I'm going to put my money where you are.
Absolutely.
It's better than what's happening over here.
That's right. Yes. Wait, I'll tell you here how much we charge.
Oh.
And
that's what we call the back end.
That's right. That's the back end. And to understand the market situation in Bangladesh, commercial banks charge 15% interest on the loans. In Grameen Bank, we charge 20% interest on the loans for income-generating activity. Our cost of fund is about 10%, so we add another 10% for our service charge to collect the money and do the business and so on for 20%. Then we give housing loan. And about one-fourth our loan portfolio is on housing. And the housing loan interest rate is 8%. So it's way below the deposit rate that we offer. So we cross-subsidize it with the 20% to subsidize it with 8% housing loan. Then we also give student loan. Many of the children of Grameen families are now having a higher education. Any student of Grameen families who goes into higher education, entire financing is done by Grameen Bank. And we charge only
Just one moment, Dr. Yunus.
Go ahead.
If those of you are tuning in, you are tuning into It's Rainmaking Time. We are having a dialogue with the founder of the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh, who has revolutionized the banking system. He has written the book Banker to the Poor, Microlending and the Battle Against World Poverty. And we are now talking about the housing interest rates and loans that you are providing. You have Grameen, is it called Shika? Your educational?
Yeah, Grameen Education.
Yes.
Yeah. On the Grameen Housing, we have given more than 600,000 housing loans with 8% interest. And then we have student loans for education. So those who go into higher education, we give loans with 5% interest. So this is another subsidized loan, cross-subsidized by the 20% interest that we charge on the income-generating loan. And there's a fourth type of loan, which is interest-free. There is no interest on that at all. This goes to the beggar woman, beggar man, who goes out in the villages begging from other people. So we have started now taking them as Grameen Bank borrowers. And then all the loans that we give to them is completely interest-free. They don't have to pay any interest. When they become regular Grameen Bank borrower, then they start paying the loans according to the rules of the bank. But until they come to that capability level, we charge no interest on the loans. So there are 4 types of interest and under 4 types of programs. This is our interest rate structure. On the savings deposits, we offer them between 8.5% to 12%. That's the interest structure.
Is your life primarily dedicated to ending poverty?
Yes, it all began with addressing the issue of poverty, and then gradually I realized poverty is not the fault of the poor people. You look around, as you gather experience, you find out poverty is not created by them. It's not because of the poor people they are poor. It's the system that we built which made them poor. It's the policies that we adopted. It's the institutions that we built created this poverty, and they are the victims of the circumstances rather than the reasons for the circumstances. And if you look at that, if you can remove those policies and institutions and create a different kind of policies and institutions, nobody in the world will remain a poor person. So how to fix that? How to go back to the drawing board and design new institutions and policies? So it's a question of building the appropriate institutions. And then I discovered that people have so much energy, so much creativity in them. And now I say that every human being in the world, no matter how poor or how helpless apparently he or she is, there's an unlimited potential in every human being. It needs to be explored, it needs to be released, unleashed. So you need to give them the opportunity to unleash that energy.
One of the things that you've done, though, is that you have taken a little bit can go a long way, and the right moves, doing the right things in small but critical ways can exponentiate into something mammoth, which is kind of what happened with you, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
The other thing is that you're really not in the banking business. You're in the poverty elimination business, and banking is your vehicle, one of your main vehicles, this economic medium. What you've done, as far as I can tell, and I've read your book from cover to cover many times, is you've reconstituted the organism, the consciousness of banking, period. On a depository level, on a loan level, on an interest level, the processes, the consciousness by which the bank treats and views the customer, the whole